hour's drive down the coast from Airlie Beach, I arrive in Mackay. I meet David Phillips, who's organising some of the tourism here in Mackay, and we join up at Horizon Airlines, who have a small number of aircraft, and one of them takes us across to Keswick Island. As we power up down the runway, it's a beautiful day, and we climb up above the Coral Sea, looking out in the distance through the haze over to Keswick Island, and 50 kilometres later, we arrive on the small but perfectly maintained runway.
A really short flight out. It's only about 20 minutes at the most out to Keswick Island, and now here I am in the middle of the bay. It's really remote. There's not many people that live here. There's only about 20 properties on the island. Each of them are all privately owned. There's different people like doctors and lawyers and accountants that own these sort of places. Different international people from around the world. They're lucky enough to have properties on this incredible little place. It's quite a big island. There's lots of big hills. There's a little cliff down one end. There's big sandy bays like this, and it's a beautiful place to come and live. We're staying at the moment with some lovely people who've got their own guest house here, and it's got stunning views. It's very different. It's very bespoke. It's not mass marketed. It's not a big resort. It's just individual people enjoying their little piece of their own rock. This is what they call it. The rock is Keswick Island. The next island around is St Bees. And the wind, I'm afraid the wind is blowing. But on a day like today, when you've got your own little bit of solitude and no one else is there to get in your way, what a better place to come and stay. You can rent houses here, you can come and buy your own plot. There's development plans to put possibly a load more homes on this island, which may well change the perspective of it. But at the moment, there's lots of lovely places. If you have a look just up here, on top of the hill, there's a house up there, there's some houses dotted along there, and there. And they've all got their own unique view of this island, their own little bit of solitude. They look out over the open ocean, and there's not much more to it than that. It's simple, easy island living. We've just come up for a quick four-wheel drive tour around the island. It's nice to get out eventually into the bush, do a bit of bush bashing, break down some of the trees and the branches as you go past with it, and just get up to the remote areas of the island. This is on the top of the island, looking across in the distance to Brampton and Carlisle, where I've been and been lucky enough to stay. It's remote, it's lovely, it's great because there's hardly anything here. The plans for a future development where there's going to be more houses are interesting. It's an essential thing for this island to maintain its services, and it's also possibly encroaching on some of the beauty and the nature that there is. And you're left with a view like that. Who would you want to share it with? Anybody? I think not. Short little four-wheel drive across the other side of the island, and it changes totally. We've just driven through almost rainforest. This is reminiscent to me of places like Tanzania and the equator. There's so much of a different landscape here. All of the rock around seems to have been hewn from volcanoes. There's igneous rock lying around. There's coral reef just out behind me here. And it's an incredible place. It really is. There's two different sides to this island totally, and that's all I've seen so far. I'm going to get out and go for a run later on and probably find another totally different environment and landscape. It's incredible. I love this little place. It's very quiet. It's very remote. There's lots of different things to see. There's not a lot to do, but that's what the beauty of it is. It's a place where you can come and get away from it all. It's a retreat. But it's not a couple's retreat. It's not your traditional sit by the pool and sip your cocktails. It's out there. It's wild. It's the sort of stuff I like. It's winning. Keswick Island is doing the job.